Hi there, I'm Zoot Java. Today I'd like to talk about YouTube and their attack on content creators. Anyone who creates content will have gotten an email from YouTube with their stats from last month regarding views, hours, subs, etc. But as I scanned down the email, they put up a little information as to YouTube creators entitled Creator Responsibility Initiative. Now, when the average person gets involved with something or wants to do something in general, they typically would like to know what the rules are. This can be related to your conduct, your ability to attempt to further your situation or station in whatever it is that you're involved in. It could be how much you can partake in certain aspects of whatever it is that you're seeking to become a part of. Typically, this is referred to as people saying, so what are the rules regarding etc.? People will typically ask this because they simply want to stay within the confines of the accepted guidelines that have been set out. When they know this, they can then gauge their behavior going forth and feel good about the fact that they are conducting themselves properly. This, however, is simply not good enough for YouTube. They sent a short video to us starting with this question: true or false? A creator can get demonetized or suspended from YouTube even though their videos didn't violate community guidelines. The answer is true. They go on to say that it's rare, but you may have seen it happen. According to them, as a YouTube creator, you are seen as a representative of the platform. They then say that you can achieve a huge popularity, and with great popularity comes great responsibility. They say that if the things that you do or say are really reckless, dangerous, or inappropriate on video or not, you can cause damage to YouTube and its millions of creators by hurting their reputation and revenue. Why? Because YouTube and advertisers don't want it to be associated with that level of craziness. If advertisers pull their money, everyone loses. Now, here it comes. That's why YouTube has its Creator Responsibility Initiative. They say, even if a creator's videos don't explicitly violate the community guidelines, there's a whole team of experts who weigh in on whether action is taken on a channel. The penalties can include demonetization of a channel, temporarily or permanently. Now, this means that a creator can still upload content, but can't make any ad revenue. It can include restrictions of videos and recommendations such as the home page, the trending tab, or the watch next section, or loss of support from the creator's partner manager. Apparently, these situations are rare and often temporary, and privileges are usually given back after a period of time and good behavior. Well, if they don't allow you on, how are you supposed to demonstrate good behavior? That's how it works, and hopefully it explains some of the headlines you see occasionally. So there you have it. The first thing I'd like to know is exactly who is this team of experts who weigh in on whether they're going to take action on you or not. What's the criteria to getting hired to this YouTube Inquisition? How is it that someone can stay within the community guidelines, or the rules as I like to call it, and this group of individuals can decide to punish you even though you have stayed within the community guidelines? I'm just going to hypothesize on this for a moment. For those who don't know, the mainstream media is given preferential treatment on YouTube. Regular content creators can be hit with strikes or demonetizations for reporting on the exact same thing that one of the mainstream media channels does. So it would appear that the rules are there for everyone, but to punish the independent creators for getting more views than the mainstream media, the team of experts can remove monetization or anything up to and including your channel. For those on the left, you got played. They know that you're unhinged and act like toddlers. So they sat back while you yelled and screamed at middle to right-leaning content creators calling for their channels to be removed, and as the channels are dwindling, the corporations have already started to turn their attention towards you. Your channels are now getting targeted and will be removed slowly. For those who know nothing about history, because you studied everybody's feelings in school, this is what is known as to divide and conquer. Your politicians are doing it to you as we speak. Those riots going on about those thugs who got themselves killed, this is a fire being stoked by the politicians. Case in point, that's James Brown's stunt double, Maxine Waters, who encouraged people to ignore the curfew and to protest. And everybody knows that some protests actually start off peacefully. I'll give you that. But that's during the day. At nightfall, that's when the rocks and the bricks fly. Stores are looted, people are injured, or worse, buildings get set on fire. She has in effect encouraged a riot. If you can recall, from the mainstream media, Trump was accused of apparently dog whistling to his base when he said to peacefully protest at the Capitol. All the Democrats said that they secretly knew that this meant to have an insurrection. So what exactly is this idiot Maxine Waters doing? Well, free Nikes. Just enter the code BLM. Now for the part that you've all been waiting for, my bad joke. I walked into a coffee shop the other day, and the barista said to me, "Say, aren't you Zoot Java?" To which I replied, "Why, yes I am. Pleased to meet you." The barista then said, "How do you take your coffee?" And I said, very, very seriously. Anyways, please like and subscribe as it really helps me out. And click the bell for notifications of more of my words of wisdom. Spread my content on as much of your social media platform as you possibly can, because they're filtering us all out. And as I pointed out in this video, YouTube is basically doing everything to demote us in the algorithms. So you may want to follow me and others on BitChute or Odyssey. Links are going to be provided in the description box below. Until later, have a Java on Zoot.